things right here, you will kill it. I'm going to share some examples just recently with you, just so you can get some idea of numbers, but we'll get back to that. Everybody clear on stage 2? Okay? Stage 3, or step 3, product. Okay, Rudy, not to pick you out. In my DM presentation that I did for you, how much time did I spend on product?
About 2 minutes, maybe 3.
Okay. This is very important because at this stage, you've built value in this conversation, right? The last thing you want to do is spoil it by telling them about 18 different programs and all this bogus, right? I take one brochure with me, probably an accident plan, and I lay out, I said, have you ever had an Aflac plan? Personally, no. Have you ever seen one? No. Let me just show you a couple bullet points on this accident plan, which is, it's actually one of our most popular plans. And at the end of it, I'm going to ask you if you see value in the plan. So I'll open up the plan. I'll point out the hospitalization benefit on top, the intensive care benefit. I jump right into the middle section where it shows you the ranges of benefit, right? The more severe the accident, the more money you get. I jump down to the built-in accidental death insurance. That's it. You know, then I'll say, hey, think about one of your employees. Is any one of your employees, are they active? Did any of them get hurt recently? Maybe outside of work or maybe on the job? Find out maybe an example where this plan would apply it, right? At that point, you can ask them too. Tell me a little bit about your employees. You know, get an idea of, you know, I might throw out a few statistics. 68% of Americans today don't have $1,000 set aside for an unexpected medical expense, right? We all got these stats. Use them. Did you know that almost 70% of bankruptcies filed in America last year was major medical bill related? And the interesting stat was 77% of those people had major medical coverage. Tie those in, right? Very little time on product. I haven't even mentioned the price, right? If your agents, and I know all of you know this, but if your agents are selling Aflac on price, man, are they missing the boat. People don't buy Aflac on price, you know that. If my agents are grabbing essentials and level 1s, I'm stopping them at the door. What are you doing? We don't sell level 1s, we sell level 4s. We sell the top of the line. Because if you promote value, is another 80 cents going to stop you from buying a Aflac plan? Heck no. Right? Okay. So at this point, just like I said, that's how I explain the accident plan. It could be whatever plan you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be the accident plan. Whatever you feel like you can nail it. Short-term disability, cancer, whatever that looks like. I like the accident because I think it touches more people and it could relate to a lot of different industries. So I think it's the right plan to lead with. I'm not going to say lead with the accident, but my model does work, so I'm not going to be...
I'm not going to say it, but...
I'm not going to say it, but you know what? Lead with the accident, okay? Now, the fourth part, here's the most important, not the most important part, but this is a piece that if people are doing the employer contribution conversation, I guarantee you this is what they're missing, okay? So once that's done, there are two ways we can offer Aflac to your organization. The guy looks at me or she looks at me and goes, oh, okay. What's the two ways? The first way is what we call an employer contribution. This is where you, as the owner of the company, decide on a dollar amount, not a policy. You decide on a dollar amount that you want to contribute per employee. And based on my experience, I can tell you from experience that every dollar you put towards a contribution goes a long way. Now think about that, because I asked the employer. After I asked him that question, or her that question, I said, what are your thoughts? I want to take their temperature at that point, right? A lot of them, if I've done my job here, if I promoted what I think I did, a lot of them say, you know what? I can do that. They don't have to give you a number right then and there. Okay? That's not the important thing. But in their mind, they're already thinking, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. And I'll tell the employer, you know what? I have companies that contribute $50 per employee. I have companies that contribute 10. It's whatever you think is a good situation for you and your organization. But I can tell you that whatever that amount is, it'll go a long way. Okay? The second way to offer Aflac is really just an employee paid benefit that we ask you as the owner to take a payroll deduction. Typically in our process, we have an employee presentation, and we can gauge the level of interest on how many of your employees are actually interested in Aflac. I can tell you statistically, 7 out of 10 of them are going to want Aflac. Statistically, that's what we see. So if you have 20 employees, I know we need 3 minimum to constitute a group with our company. That's not going to be a problem. Here's the money line that you start building that relationship with the company. And I've already foreseen the relationship starting in year 2. And I tell the employer, I said, look, if you decide that you cannot contribute this year at any level, I want to work with you in the next 12 months and make that contribution a reality for year 2. That's the partnership that I'm bringing to the table. I want to help navigate with you on making that a reality for next year. Make sense? In their mind, I'm trying to plant that seed that this is a partnership. I'm going to be with you for the next 12 months. I want to be that partner that you can rely on and that adds value to your business. Okay? Now any questions on the actual presentation?
How long usually? The timeline?
It's a good question. We timed it was about 17 to 18 minutes
For the presentation?
for this whole thing.
Did that owner have questions while you were going?